Welcome back, everyone, as we get into our fourth and final set of the day. It is going to be an interesting one. Two new teams, well, new-ish, Exile, a lot of people you'll recognize from Bork earlier, and then 5Stack Esports, a new team joining us in the minor league after relegations. My name is Gormizer, and as we get into this set, I am joined by none other than Nick Pretty Hair Keo, being able to sit here, and this one's going to be a fun set, I have a feeling.
Yeah, we got to get a barometer on these teams. You know what I mean? We got to see where everybody stands. A couple of returning faces, obviously, sort of new team names associated with them, but you will recognize these players. I think if you've been following the Tier 2 scene for some length of time, I think I recognize, kind of taking a look at the rosters, most of these players, even all the way down to like Wake Up Amadeus. It's been a while, but like I recognize that name. Tuga. I think these are Latin American players.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, these names are sparking those Latam PGS memories up for me.
And it's interesting because I think the only LATAM team that I recall being in any of the leagues was actually one and it's Eastorm that's in a console league region. Not a lot that made it into minor league for Split 1. So being able to come in, 5Stack Esports is kind of showing that. Being said, this logo, Exile, right behind me, I would wear that on a shirt. So they at least get that bonus from me. I don't know whether or not that means they should absolutely be looking into merchandise, but that's Ancient, it's Bagel Wow, it's Jostles, it's Aspect, it's Longshot, Frog's listed as a sub. Like, it's a lot of the people that were on Bork, but in the current iteration, like going forward with a new team.
At least they still have some type of dog logo.
Yeah, right, with a little gas mask and a little hat on top.
A little less bitey, though, and that was like the last little like shard of Bitey's spirit in Paladin. So a little sad to see that logo go for sure, but he lives on in our hearts for sure.
Well, we do have the map bans as we're getting ready to go. Again, this is actually going to be a really good kind of heat check, I think, for both of these teams. Exile, we know a lot of these names. 5Stack, we know them, but we haven't seen them in a while, so it's going to be Stonekeep, Frozen Guard, Bazaar, and Fish Market all banned out there.
Damn, dude. I'm trying to see some Bazaar.
I would like to see some Bazaar.
Yeah,
it's been a hot minute.
Brand new, and it's already starting to get banned out. Sometimes that happens, though. You lose your first, 5 games on the map, and then you just say, no, we're good.
Never again.
We're good here. And then part of it is that strategy. It's like there's a lot of maps in the pool. You can't possibly practice all of them or be ready to go on all of them. You got to pick and choose how you allocate your practice time.
The only deviation from the 5 standard maps we've had was last set, where there was a Split Stone and there was an Ice Mines. But otherwise today has been Jag Falls, Serpent Beach, Bright Marsh, Frog Isle, and the one that I'm forgetting. Either way, Frog Isle is going to be the one that we're going to. And so it's going to be coming...
I mean, a lot of these have been 3-0s,
at a pretty good level of even, I would say.
Very, very exciting game. Getting to see the snipers, specifically, Stigma and Edge, two of the most fun to watch hit scan players in the minor league.
Yeah.
They had some seriously cool moments for sure. So we'll see if that ends up being a factor here as and Damage Amp boys are taking a seat early.
My favorite thing about Exile, and the thing I'm really curious to see how it translates in their draft, is 3 of those names I only remember as supports. Aspect, Bagel, and Jostles. I've seen Bagel flex around a little more, so I can lean off of that.
I remember Jostles.
I've only seen Jostles play support. I've only seen Aspect play support, so that's I want to know how they're going to do switching to either when they're playing off-tank, when they're playing damage, wherever they go. I just think it's going to be interesting. But with Ancient and Longshot, I know they have a good core to kind of build themselves around.
True. Longshot was looking very, very impressive, I think, towards the latter half. And we were kind of not hard on him, but just had him under the microscope because he was playing in that off-tank role and really making that impact. We mentioned earlier, Stigma was kind of my almost rookie of the year for the minor league. But in general, there was a couple of players, Longshot being one of them, Frog kind of being one of them for me, that was just they're showing up and it's a brand new player that you haven't really seen before. It's not any name change, funny business you just were unaware of. It's this is a new guy coming in, having an impact, making a name for themselves. And, that's where every good story starts.
Well, right now, Exile, they grab the pick, they grab the counter, they get Strix and Drogos. And that's one of those things. I mean, Kresnik kind of opened it up, I want to say yesterday when we were looking at it, but Drogos is good on Frog Isle, even against a sniper, even against hit scan, just because he can apply that pressure. If you're not going to get an EV, if you're not going to get a flank, Drogos will do the same job just from further away.
And to that note, it's, I talk about this a lot with Willow. some people go, I'm not going to buy Cauterize on Willow because I have Dead Zone. And it's like, yeah, but it's a 15-second cooldown. You might miss. You might want to switch targets, like, for some reason. Like, it's, on paper is rarely the vacuum that you experience actually in-game at all times. So as soon as Kinessa dies, maybe, she gets poked out. Drogoz has some room to breathe and to work with for sure. We've seen some combustible knockoff kills on Frog Isle. That could happen to you at almost any phase of Frog Isle, so a very dangerous character to be aware of.
Especially dangerous for that Ashe on the other side, just because she's going to be playing ramp more than likely, like, against the Khan. But it's locked in. Exile, they get their Constricts, Drogoz, Barrack, Furia. Really solid composition, works really well together. I anticipate Cherish instead of the Solar Blessing we saw earlier, but either way, it'll work out. With Maeve being the last lock, which team do you like?
I like 5-stack here just because, I'm just picturing, Midnight into the Ashe Maeve coordinated,
like
orbital drop shock troopers to the back line and everybody dies, and I'm just like, that's a feel-good moment. I want to be a part of that dive in my games.
5-stack esports are coming in with the ODSTs. We'll have to see how exactly they will fare down when we jump into Frog Isle as we get down to the casters for game number 4.
Well, Nick, hopefully whenever it is that happens, when we see this dive bombing Maeve and Ashe, you can say I was here when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do it if they want to get through that Strix-Drogoz core. Drogoz-Strix is such a lethal combination on this map. Drogoz's ability to spam on that edge. Strix is just consistent damage. Usually outclassing Kinessa in that sense, but I gotta admit, on 5-stack's comp, I'm a little worried about... No, sorry, excuse me. On Exile's comp, I'm a little worried about that Furia. Because she's going to have to peek to heal. She has no, indirect kind of thing to heal with, unless they go Solar. It doesn't look like Jostles is going to pull out Solar Blessing here. So having to peek that Kinessa to heal is going to make things pretty hard for Exile to keep the heals up.
Yeah, I can imagine that being a lot more dangerous for them. I didn't quite notice if they had banned the Genos there. Is there a reason they would have went for the Enflame as opposed to the some teams
just prefer the set healing from Furia.
Okay.
Yeah, Genos can be a little more inconsistent, but all comes down to team preference here. Both teams rolling out. 5-stack, they're going to have to get aggressive because I don't think Ashe will be able to hold off the onslaught if they wait.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that is. And immediately the first blood, long shot lives up to his name, does end up killing off the Maeve, stopping him on the flank. They already get booped off. He saw that the commander's dash was used. Already gets knocked off of the point. Very, very well done from Mr. L0 here. 5-stack now 18% on the point, and they're looking pretty clean right now.
Yeah, Zero. Longshot is getting a little too aggressive. Thought he could catch him with the commander's grab. Couldn't. Actually, wow. Barely surviving Strix. Barely getting away from that pressure from Zero. He's locking down the danger. He can't really push too far. He wants to keep things in the sightline of his sniper. Longshot looking like he's trying to bully out this Ashe. Getting the stun in. Can they find the kill? The tree's kind of giving him natural cover, but the body block should confirm that kill. They're actually not forward enough to get it. Zero barely surviving there in this hectic fight so far.
Not only that, but Toga living with 52 HP, then being healed by the Furia, but by the Maldamba. Both of them do end up dying, though, which is very unfortunate. Both of them living within an inch of their life, not getting picked off at the time where the engage happened, but they were picked off when it mattered, which is what's allowing Exile to now push them back.
Yeah, great aggression from Bagel, too, pushing through main, catching a couple there.
Oh,
fantastic follow-up, too, onto Mutoryu. Thought he was safe. In fact, was not. They might be able to stop this cap if they can keep this window locked down. The main way they can touch would be the Ashe dashing through. They don't have the tanks, I think, to withstand that. Longshot having to back up on this danger. Aspect could be in danger himself in that area, but managed to back up. Actually, dangerous peek. Toga can tank it. 5-stack managed to get their Inar onto the point in main, though.
That is true. The Enflame does get dropped down. Ice Monkey finding the kill, but not before the kill feed just fills up. We're seeing kill after kill happen here, but it is traded 3 for 3 with Exile first capturing the point. The first point on Frog Isles for them, followed up by a kill.
Yeah. Amadeus getting picked off there by the Kinessa's aggression. I mean, he had to go in for the touch. He just got body blocked there by Ancient at the end. Interesting roster from Exile, too. They have 2 tanks from Bork and then 3 support minions.
Yeah, you do,
Yeah. Bagel, longtime support, did play DPS for another Sanguine roster in the past.
Oh my
Interesting
goodness,
little
that's the
boop
second time.
onto Longshot there. He's got to get ready for that. Midnight coming in. They clearly don't have resilience if Longshot's getting sent off the map, so this Midnight's going to do a lot. 2 picks already coming in, 5 stacks away. What a shot by Aspect!
That was
a crazy flick by him. I guess that's a lot of Damba flick heal practice coming into practice there. Really easy cleanup for them. 5 stack still getting some kills. They're going to get a forward zone here. Tried to deny the Strix from getting too many angles once he gets on the respawn, but the Kinessa Amadeus is going to have to find angles to support here. It doesn't look like he's going to have the tank pressure to do it, though.
Khan said he's had enough of being knocked off of the edge. Let's have you here, have a taste of your own medicine. In terms of Ash, she does get yeeted completely off of the side of the map. That's a little bit of a taste of her own medicine. They have 4 seconds left for them to respawn, and now the rest of 5 stack, being a 4-man currently, gonna have to wait for their teammate to come back.
I find it kind of interesting that Vortex Grip is having a bit of a resurgence here. Before this, it was all Storm of Bullets all the time. The more consistent, faster firing, small DPS increase. It was kind of becoming a big thing, but even with people buying Resilience, it seems like teams are just finding more value in Vortex Grip. Didn't even end up managing to confirm the kill on the Ashe there. Aspect finds it much later, but still a lot of time. Ancient finding a kill onto Amadeus as he backs up. Both snipers traded out. Good long-range daggers by Toga. Exile setting up here, but they are still down their main pressure, their sniper, so everything falls to Aspect to keep up this damage.
Yeah, keeping up the damage he is. He's been in a pretty good spot. Just shooting a few rockets at the Inara, trying to push up. There we go. Khan ends up going in as well, but the wall.